Hello, my loves. Welcome to Lady of the Unknown Oracle. My name is Sophie. I hope you are having a wonderful holiday season. I hope that you are prepared for 2020. We are just a few days away, so this is exciting and nerve-wracking at the same time. You guys let me know down below if you've been noticing the shift in energies, because I have been low-key suffering. Like, not even low-key, high-key. I've just been down for the count. I appreciate you guys so much for bearing with me, for sticking in there with me. I'm here and I love you so much. So guys, we're gonna go ahead and jump in. This is gonna be a collective message for what the collective will be experiencing as the first major event of 2020. Okay, we'll see where this reading takes us. I just have a feeling that this is something that many, if not most, that see this video really needs to hear. Okay, remember that this is a general message, so at the end of it you may find that none of this resonates with you. That is perfectly okay. If it doesn't, then just throw it out the window. That's fine. There won't be an extended. We're just going to clarify as necessary. All right. And yeah, for those of you who are joining for the first time, I truly do hope that you enjoy this message. If you do, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for your continued love and support. You make what I do possible. I love you to the moon and back. We're going to go ahead now and just jump right in, okay? So we'll start off with the oracle. We'll pull an energy for the collective. What is the major event? What is the first major event of 2020? All right, what is the first major event of 2020? First major event of 2020. Energy surrounding what this first major event of 2020 is going to be for the collective, please. We are right there, guys. This energy is heavy. If I can be honest with you guys, I've had a couple of crying spells. You know, it's been hard. It's been really tough. So let's go ahead and see collective major energy for collective. Treasure Island wanting to come out. We'll leave that to the side. Okay. Treasure Island is about realizing that you're sitting pretty, right? You could be kind of having a grass is greener syndrome, and you or someone you're connecting with is going to realize that they have had everything that they've wanted all along, that where they're starting is really not that bad, right? Energy, please. Energy for the first major event of 2020, please. First major event. Here. Come to the edge. Beautiful. And underneath is time to go. So guys, Treasure Island, come to the edge. Time to go. Coming to the edge is about vulnerability. Okay, it's about opening yourself up. It's about taking a risk by connecting with someone. How do you do that? By sharing some intimate details about yourself, being able to give yourself an opportunity to really bond with somebody, which always leads to a possibility of that person hurting you later down the road. But I feel like for many of you, you could be leaving a situation where it was unrewarding. Maybe that person did go out of their way to hurt you. For others of you, it's about leaving a way of life that was really guarded and taking a risk of some kind into a relationship or a connection with someone that will be emotionally rewarding. And this could be the other way around. Some of you may find that the people that you have been connecting with who have been pretty closed off, the major event will be that they open themselves up. Communication will begin, and you're going to get clarity around what it is that they're feeling. For some, this act of vulnerability will be the fact that they have to leave a situation, right? Either with you or with another person, but it's going to feel right. Okay, so even if it is a situation with somebody leaving what you guys currently have, I don't feel like there's I don't feel animosity here. I don't feel like you or the person, if you're the one considering leaving a situation, I don't think there's going to be bad blood between you guys. I think there's an understanding that perhaps what you guys had was beautiful, that this might be the beginning of a new chapter for you both. And so, there's a lot of patience and balance at play, a lot of forgiveness and understanding at play. All right, so opening up, most likely lots of communication. For those of you who have not been experiencing communication, looks like somebody is reevaluating what you guys have and realizing that you actually have a lot more value than they first assigned to you when they saw you or when you entered their life. Right? It's like they look at it and they're like, man, why was I ever looking for anything else? Right? Why was I ever looking for anything else? Everything is right here. All right. So, Kipper, please show me some elements at play here? 4 cards. I'm getting 4 cards, 4 potential storylines. So overarching energy is the privileged lady with toil and labor for some of you. The first major event has to do with all of this work that you have been exerting to make sure that something pays off. So this could be work in literally career and finance. And in that breath, I do feel like the fact that you've taken a risk on yourself, applied to some place, or begun the program, registered for classes, spoken to your boss, that is going to be rewarded. The outcome of this is reward. Okay, so it's like you've opened yourself up to something that is not really within your comfort zone, but something that is basically an avenue for your growth. You're going to experience a lot of success, growth, and kind of like an untapped potential. For others of you, if this is love, this is something, perhaps you've met this person at work, I'm getting, right? This could be someone that you know from work. For some of you, I'm feeling like this person's going to make it so that you don't have to work so hard, right? So the fact, for example, the fact that you opened up about a desire to have a promotion, right? The fact that you've been vocal about it, somebody steps in and does something to help you elevate, right? Your success goes up a notch because someone steps in and helps you, a helping hand. It's the fact that you've opened up, right? Taking that risk, it leads now to people understanding how they can help you. So people who do feel for you, right? Now that you've communicated what you want, what you desire, okay? It's like now there's an opportunity to help serve you, right? For love, this could actually be the fact that you've been working so hard on a connection is finally paying off. Very simply, right? That whatever it is you guys were working on, or with who you were working, it's like something here pays off big time. Let's see. Whoa. One more card. And that's it. Okay. Woo! Main male, marriage, false person, overarching energy here is the Lovers. So if you're connecting with a masculine energy who's currently in a contract of some kind, it looks like they're going to be dropping the mask, because this is all about vulnerability. This is all about truths coming out, and people expressing themselves. Nothing is left hidden. Nothing is left in the shadows. Things come out to light. Things are communicated. So let me see what this false person is about, because this usually communicates lies, deception. I feel like in this instance, that is being dropped, right? That is leaving. That is no longer the case. What is this false person about? Mature woman and thoughts. So thoughts surrounding a mature woman. So if this person has been claiming that they have not been thinking about you, that's a lie, right? If in the past this person made you feel like they were distant, that's a lie. False person is coming up for them. So it's just that they were trying to conceal the fact that they were thinking about you so much. They were trying to conceal the fact that their feelings have been growing for you. In terms of the masculine energy, it doesn't have to be a man, it doesn't have to be a male. It can be a female with a masculine vibe, with a masculine, very action-oriented energy. Okay, so if this person is currently coupled or tied up in some sort of commitment that is at the interference of what it is you're trying to gain with them, a love partnership or a career partnership, I feel like whatever this person has been not showing you from the front, from the get-go, that is going, the facade is going to be dropped. So clarity is going to be the big major event here. If this is somebody who you do have a lover's connection with. Now, for those of you that are dealing in career, the person you're most likely connecting with is either a Taurus or a Gemini. Very specifically for career and professionalism, somebody at the very least who embodies those aspects. So Taurus, very grounded, steady, really does well with detail, very just by the book. Very by the book, almost like cross between Taurus and Virgo, right? Just very by the book, follows the rules. Someone who may kind of be afraid to stretch beyond certain boundaries. This person actually does kind of overstep certain boundaries and bends some rules to help you move forward. If it's a Gemini, right? Someone who is just in work, they are multitasking, getting a million things done, super focused, knows a little bit about everything, right? That particular person is going to help with their knowledge get you ahead. Okay, now for those of you going back to the love situation, someone here is committed, and it looks like whatever you've been thinking about the connection that this person has had with their other person or their other commitment, think of that in the reverse. So if you think that this person has been happily married, there's something that you don't know, something you can't see behind the curtain, and they're going to reveal something to you about that not necessarily being the case. If you identify as this mature woman, then it could very plainly just be that if this person has been giving you the impression that they don't think about you, they're going to make it very evident that they do think about you. And quite often, this person thinks about, again, clarity. Quite often, this person thinks about you. Okay, let me move this over to the side. Let's see. So let's go ahead and pull a Celtic cross spread. Don't know why it's staying blurry like that once the light comes in. Yeah. Ah, goodness. Anyway, let's see. Sorry that the light is so up and down, up and down. I'm in front of a window, guys, and it's a rainy day, so the clouds keep on moving past and it gets dim and light. Thank you for understanding. Okay, collective, major first event of 2020, please. Major first event of 2020, please. Everything about a particular connection that you're in right now is going to change. People are going to start speaking up. Someone in particular that you've been connecting with is going to speak up. Someone's going to help you. The fact that you have been speaking up is going to be the reason things move forward and escalate and accelerate. Okay. You did your due diligence. Now someone else gets to do theirs because they respect you and care about you. Someone else wants your respect and your care and your affection and is willing now to let you know that all along they have been valuing your feelings and have always been thinking about you and wanting more with you, and they just maybe didn't know how to express that to you. Maybe they were tied up in other things, but that's going to come to the light. Vulnerability. Let's see. The Hierophant, right? So Tauran energy, like we were saying, right? Could be connecting with a Taurus. This has to do with either career and professionalism or just a commitment, right? A marriage for some of you, becoming committed. This doesn't feel like contracts yet though, okay? This feels very by the book. So it feels like someone here could either be bending rules or, bending them, flat out breaking them, going with the flow, like going kind of finding like loopholes, you know what I mean? Like following the rules, but like to the point where you know what you can and can't do to not be in violation, right? Playing very closely to the rules, and using them as a way to move things along, move forward. For those of you in this committed relationship, okay, or for those of you who are in a committed relationship, something surrounding your commitment is going to be happening at the beginning of the year. A pretty serious discussion about what commitment is going to look like for you guys moving forward. Let's go. Big discussion surrounding commitment. Okay, because I do see in terms of love, there's two camps. There are people who are wanting to engage in a new commitment, and then others who are wanting to leave a commitment behind. Okay, so overarching energy is the Devil, so you could be connecting with a Capricorn here. But for those of you where this is a toxic relationship or a toxic workplace, I should say, right? A toxic journey, right? Something that you just want to leave, something that's not good for your heart, something that doesn't feed your soul anymore. You're really thinking about how to play it safe. But for many of you, it's about getting out of what feels like just this cycle of the same old BS, right? It's not that you're not grateful. You're grateful, but it's time for something new. So you speak up, right? Or someone else who vibrates on the same level as you speaks up, and now they change the way you're experiencing your relationship with them, or the job that you have, the career path you're pursuing. You see yourself as the Three of Wands. I'm going to go ahead and just lay the cards out. But you're waiting on something, looking forward to something, planning something. The challenge here is the Page of Pentacles. Right now, the commitment is not where you want it to be. You could be thinking about something more, a different person. On your mind is this Page of Cups. Could be connecting with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. In your heart space, Libra, Tauran energy here with the Empress. So for some of you masculines, you're really connecting right now with someone who you feel like is your end-all be-all. Okay? End-all be-all. You guys are in separation probably, or at the very least the commitment of where you guys believe, where you believe you and this person could be. You're not there yet, right? Everything, the offers are very small right now. Page of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. The offers right now are very small. And in terms of commitment, something is in the way. Something's in the way. For some of you, you are expecting the finalization of some paperwork, a divorce possibly. Recent past, Page of Swords. Research. Baby stages. We're in the baby stages of a lot of energy. So research, commitments, communication, emotional offers, right? Friendships, apologies, very small tokens. So the first, I do believe, let's go ahead, because the King of Wands is what's coming in. So you see yourself as the Seven of Cups. Collective sees themselves as the Seven of Cups. So for some of you, this is divorce. I know it sounds super abrupt, right? But for some of you, if you are thinking of a divorce, or you're connecting with somebody who generally shows a dissatisfaction, they could be thinking of divorce. Okay, now this only applies to those of you who have themselves also pondered this. You and somebody that you're in a connection with, right, that you're married to, if you guys have been kind of teetering around the topic of separation, or teetering around the topic of I'm not happy, what are we doing, are we fixing it, and the answer is kind of like a no, I don't think it's going to be a coincidence to find that eventually that sentiment is expressed. So tread carefully, right? This is going to be the first event of 2020, right? There is going to be some confusion, some evaluation of options, but I say the Seven of Cups, I say divorce with the Seven of Cups because generally with the Hierophant, the Seven of Cups, I've noticed that is an energy that forebodes separation most of the time. If that is already, and in your outcome, you've got the Two of Pentacles. So someone here is trying to think of the pros and cons of a situation. Now, zooming back out of, marriage per se, it looks like an evaluation of the options on the table is what's going to happen. In the environment, there is an Ace of Cups, right? In the environment, there is an opportunity to start over. And so the question is, there is something in the environment right now that is brand new, undeveloped, something that you really want. Maybe for many of you, you've already gotten a taste of it, and you're not sure if you should spend this new year pursuing it and building on it, or should you stay in a situation that you feel like is not really good for you, but is something that you've already invested yourself in. The issue here, and I want to just iterate this to you guys, if there's something that you have been playing around in your mind as something that does not serve you, something that hurts you, because with the Devil energy, this is something that causes harm to your spirit, something that really is a toxic addition to your life. If you feel like there is something that plays that role, that brings tears to your eyes, that is always a source of depression and anxiety for you, for your own health and well-being, it's really, really important that you ask yourself why you're holding on to something that makes you feel bad. What are you afraid of? Because that's what the Devil energy is. It's asking, it's fear-based. It's not love-based. It's fear-based. So you stay in a situation because you're afraid of what's to come, because maybe being in the situation that you've been in, someone's convinced you that you're not worthy of more, or you've internalized this belief system that, it's your fault. If you leave a situation behind, it's going to be your fault. But what if this is where you stay forever? Can you feel okay with that? Can you imagine doing another 10 years of this? Another 5 years? Another 2 years? Right? Can you see yourself really going the distance in this particular situation? right? Because I do feel like for some of you, this is an ending. You're considering an ending. The first major event is something that kind of shakes you up and makes you evaluate. Makes you evaluate what you have and whether what you have is enough to continue, or do you want to take advantage of a new opportunity that has suddenly arisen within a connection or a situation that you're already immersed in. So this Ace of Cups, guys, this new beginning, this isn't out of the blue. This is something that's already here. This is something that's already a friendship that's already here, a sex-only relationship that's already here, right? Non-committal, sex-only, right? With the Hierophant, Devil, right? It feels like a choice, a crossroads. You're just waiting. You're waiting for something, or they, the person you're connecting with, is waiting to hear back, waiting to see what the response is going to be from someone else. This feels like an X factor. For many of you who are on the outside looking in with somebody who's kind of tied up in other things, this is an X factor. This is an X factor that you can't see. It's behind the curtain, behind the veil. Okay, so let's go ahead and clarify. What's this King of Wands? Actually, no, we're going to clarify the whole spread. We're going to clarify the whole damn spread. We're going to just, let's go. We're going to clarify the whole spread. So please, Spirit, Right Angels, Spirit Guides, Goddess, God, please allow me clarity into what is coming in for the collective in 2020 as the first major event, please. It's a reevaluation of commitment, though, guys. It's a reevaluation of commitment. Ace of Swords needs to come. Ace of Swords needs to just show itself already. Ace of Swords, Judgment. Communication is happening. Communication, big decisions. Ace of Wands, Knight of Wands, Nine of Pentacles. For some of you, you're becoming single. And that's the major event. Or a fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sag, that you've been connecting with is going to choose to be single. Someone that you've recently met could make it plain and evident to you that what they want is purely sex-based. Okay, so be careful with that. For others of you, though, it is the fact that you just want to enjoy your freedom. You just want to enjoy your freedom. You're not coupled. And until you get word from another person, you're just going to enjoy your singlehood. Kudos. Enjoy it. Work on yourself, work on your life, work on the things that make your heart happy. Work on that, work on you. One more shuffle and a cut. Overarching energy, Six of Wands. So a facade is coming off. Six of Wands is about recognition. So like we were saying in terms of finance and career, some of y'all are really connecting with individuals who are, they're in a position to help leverage you into a better position. And so this will result again in success, in recognition from other people, possibly a raise, right? So for some of you, this will be an increase in your money. You do have the Nine of Pentacles with the Ace of Wands and the Knight of Wands. If you are trying to start a business, I am seeing very positive outcomes for you, because in what's coming in is the King of Wands, and I will show you all the cards. I just want to get the clarification up. But the Knight of Wands shows up in your fears position. That feeling of inconsistency, somebody not being committal, a commitment starting but not going the distance. That's a possibility here if there's no communication. But it feels to me like there's a lot of desire for something stable, a lot of desire for something that is abundant. We've got the Empress, the Page of Pentacles, the Hierophant. It's all in the baby steps, though. It's all in the baby steps. It's all in the baby steps. So let's go ahead and clarify Three of Wands. You see, so there's three of Wands with the Seven of Swords. So for some of you that have been dealing with someone, connecting with somebody who has been fairly secretive, okay, what were we saying about behind the veil, right? This is something that you can't see. This person isn't sharing with you what exactly it is they are holding on to that's preventing you guys from being together. Okay. It can also be about a reply that you're hoping to get from someone about some sort of secret that has driven you guys apart. All right, because on your mind, you do have the Page of Cups. So let me see, Three of Swords being present, Page of Cups. Yes. Yes. Devil energy, Ace of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. So for some of y'all, you're really considering whether or not to continue in a committed relationship. Okay, because the Ten of Pentacles is coming up, clarifying the Seven of Cups. You can see Knight of Wands, Five of Swords, fear of manipulation. Maybe you're lying to yourself. Ace of Swords, finally here. That's what I was saying. Yeah, because that's what this is. That's what it's clarity. It's clarity, it's communication. Something's being dropped ultimately, though. Okay, so either you or the person that you're committed to, that you are in a connection with, someone's gonna make a pretty big decision. And here's the thing. It's going to be very subtle because we're not getting a lot of major arcana outside of what our major energies are. So the Hierophant and the Devil are both major arcana, and they are expressing the overarching energy that we're working with right now. So in terms of what this is addressing a really toxic situation, or a situation, a commitment that in itself is toxic, or a commitment that is being upheld by lies and secrets and deception. Okay. Like, you know, if there's for example, an affair, right? Some sort of third party. We do have the Three of Swords and the Two of Pentacles twice. So we do have some indicators here, Seven of Swords. But this first major event is not going to feel major because there's a lot of it that you're not going to see, collective. There's something here that you're not going to see unless you are the one making this decision outside of these other people that you're connecting with, outside of the relationship or outside of the connection. Okay, so Three of Wands, Seven of Swords. The block here is the Page of Pentacles with the Three of Swords. This could be a younger energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, that you're connecting with. And there's a hard truth surrounding this person. They could be a third party. Maybe you guys can't be together. Okay, because there are secrets keeping you guys apart. Maybe this was somebody who you were committed to, or someone, maybe this is you, and something that you found out about the person that you've been committed with, right? Some sort of hurtful fact around your guys' connection. Some heartbreak. Something that became evident. Unfortunately for some of you, I don't feel like this was laid out on the table. I feel like this was found out. Okay, on your mind with the Page of Cups is the Two of Pentacles. For some of you, this is about wanting an apology and deciding, trying to figure out whether you should ask for it. For others of you, this is about you actually being the one who apologizes. Okay, this could also be someone that you're considering. For some of you, you're thinking of a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You're in a third party with this person, with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or just, you know, elements, just two people around the same age or same level of experience, right? And they just, their natures are different, but y'all are involved. There's multiple people here, right? Recent past, Page of Swords. Maybe someone that you're thinking about now. This could be the person you're trying to apologize to. Maybe you feel like they were a missed opportunity. With the Four of Cups, clarifying the Page of Swords. Again, for some of you, where this is a division between old and new, do you stay with what's familiar? Right? Do you stay with what's familiar, or do you choose the new? There's a lot of uncharted territory with this new person or this new experience. But you know you want more. In your heart, you've got the Chariot and the Empress. So you could be connecting with a Cancer, a Taurus, a Libra. Okay? But this is somebody who you desire, someone who drives you. This desire, whether this is a person or an experience you want to have with this person, or an experience you want to have, period. This is someone who drives you. Something about this person or something about this new experience pushes you in a direction of changing where you currently are, because you want more than what you have. On some level, some of you, most of you, I feel like, believe that you've maxed out with where you're at. And I think that if that's what you feel by this point, then you're probably justified, because I do feel that this is for those of you who have already spoken to the person you're connecting with. You've spoken your piece. By now, there's a certain level of vulnerability that will allow you to communicate your desires, the expectations, the resources realistically, whether or not you can actually move forward with this person, and a true reevaluation, reassessment, realignment is going to occur. You're going to be given all the details you need in order to make a decision very shortly after. Okay, because coming in, you've got the King of Wands, clarified by the Devil again, right? So you've got Capricorn energy, the Ace of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles. So for some of you, if you are connecting with a Capricorn in the near future, a Leo, Aries, a Sag. This is new energy with the Ace of Cups, brand new energy. This is somebody who you do believe you're going to have a long-term connection with, and I do feel that that is true. This person loves you very much. It could have started sex only, for sure, but this person really, really desires you. This person really desires you. It's very different than the connection that you're leaving behind, and I think that is what this person is going to express to you. With the Ace of Cups, I don't think they are going to use their words and say, I love you, right? I think what's going to happen is they're going to offer something, a plan, or a gesture that's going to lead you to realize that they do care. So in the business, like let's say, for example, you and this person work together, they are going to kind of express to you their desire to be in your life in the long haul by offering you a plan or some sort of leg up in a situation that would require them being around for a while. So if you read between the lines, it's going to be like, hint, hint, I'm not leaving your side. I want to see this through. So I care about you, without actually saying I care about you, right? As an example. For others of you though, okay, this is about having achieved a certain level of healing from a toxic situation. And the lesson you've learned is that in order for a plan to work, you have to have a plan. You have to have a plan, and you have to execute that plan. And it's going to come with a huge dose of healing. You're going to realize, you know what? I realize that this is a toxic situation for me, and I love myself enough to know I don't deserve to be here. And if this is how the person I'm connecting with feels about me, then maybe they're better off single too, right? They should be able to go and find somebody that they want to be with, instead of us having all these secrets and distance and separation and lies and, you know, multiple people involved. Like, good Lord, you know, if this is where we've come to, then maybe there's better for us, right? And it's this thought process. It's the speaking out, the vulnerability. The outcome has the Ace of Swords. So ultimately, in terms of this pro and con, if it's not you, if it's the person you're connecting with, whoever's involved, somebody is going to speak up and say, listen, something here is not aligned. Something's not right. We need happiness. This is a new time. I want to start over and I want to be happy. So where are you at? And it's a moment truly of authentic vulnerability. They are not afraid anymore. Of course, they're terrified of a new beginning, but they understand now that there is so much more at stake than they originally thought. Can I spend the next 10 years doing this is the question. Right? So how you guys see yourselves as the Seven of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. So, you know, there's confusion and some... You're looking at your family situation. For some of you, through rose-colored glasses, there might be a feeling here that you're hoping for things to not be as bad as they are, when in fact, if you're not looking closely enough, you're not realizing that it's actually getting worse. It's actually getting worse. And by now, if you're here in the reading, right, and this resonates, you've already kind of gone through that evaluation, that assessment of the situation, and saying to yourself, you know, for as much as I try to put in 110%, the person I'm connecting with is still not putting in anything. What now? Or if the person you're connecting with, right, let's say that you're the one that you feel like everything is okay, right? Everything's okay, and you're not really overworking yourself. Perhaps the person you're connecting with feels like they've been putting a lot more in, and so they begin to withdraw, because there's a feeling here of distance. There's a feeling here of waiting to hear back. And with this confusion, right, it definitely feels like there's a smoke screen up. Someone here could be in denial, collective. If this is not you, it's the person you're connecting with. There's someone who's in denial about a family situation. Possibly also having multiple options in terms of where to go to have longevity. There's more than one option. Having the 10 of Pentacles, having legacy and having a family, a firm foundation, having something that lasts through the generations. It doesn't just look one way, right? If you lose one type of legacy, one type of family situation, you can create another type. Just because you lose one doesn't mean that you lose it forever. There's a whole life out there with so much variety. And if someone here is wondering if maybe they've been sitting too long on a situation that doesn't seem to be improving. And unfortunately, okay, I do feel like that is the case. But you guys, it's within your intuition, your own internal compass. You have to make this decision on your own, right? This is not easy. But someone here is going to be coming in and letting you know that there are possibilities. For some of you, where this does talk about a new love, a new opportunity, a new person, a new element, okay? For some of you, that's this Capricorn, Could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Leo, Aries, Sag. Okay, could be anybody. But it's the fact that this person embodies a new vision, a new version of your life that you feel like you could spend with them. There's some sort of communication that's going to be occurring around this person, okay, about this new beginning. For some of you, I do feel like someone's going to try to reconcile, but I think that that's going to be a no-go. I think you or whoever this is kind of, you guys are done, right? You guys are done in terms of repetition. At this point, if you are going to do something and see this through, it's going to be sought through all the way, through and through. It's not a joke. It's not a game. It's not a game. What do you want? Can we do that? Yes or no? Be real with me. This is how it's been. This is our track record. Like, honestly, is this what you want? Going based on the facts and no longer clinging to your hopes, right? Your hopes now are in a different situation separate from what you're going through with this person. You'd rather begin new than to believe that new is possible between you and somebody who's been through the same thing over and over again. Your fear with the Knight of Wands and the Five of Swords is that you're going to be manipulated into the same inconsistency, right? Something here's not working. It's stop and go, on and off, hot and cold. Someone here's non-committal, or something about the commitment is shaky. Maybe driven by passion, and passions change. You know, some days you're just, you know, you're icy hot, you're blue hot, you know, and then other days you're cold to the touch, and you're afraid that someone's they're gonna say the right things, right? They're gonna manipulate. They're gonna find their way back into your heart. They're gonna apologize and say what they know you want, what you want them to say, but ultimately it's not sincere. It's just to get you back in, to rope you back in. Now, in the outcome, you have the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so there is that feeling here of having to weigh out the pros and cons. What do you want? A decision has to be made. A decision has to be made. Some of you, if this is a commitment of some kind, I'm seeing you thinking about counseling. Okay, because with the Two of Pentacles, you either drop a pentacle and get back to the Ace, where it's just you, right? You can handle one pentacle. Or with the Three of Pentacles, you introduce a third person that will help in the cooperation between you and one other person. So with the Three of Pentacles, this is about cooperation, but also possibly introducing someone else into the mix in order to help you and the person you're connecting with build back up. So for some of you, you're thinking maybe you should do some marriage counseling, or you know, just kind of dabble in therapy. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. I want to say that right now. I know there can be a stigma, but there is nothing wrong with wanting an objective point of view to take a look and help you monitor how you're feeling and what you're perceiving. I think they're mirrors. Therapists, you know, counselors, their purpose is to mirror back what you're, you know, to what you're expressing, right? What you're feeling. It's their job to kind of package it in a way that is easily digestible by the person experiencing it, so that way they don't feel so clouded and complicated and lost. They're supposed to see you and your feelings and your thoughts in an objective way that helps simplify things for you, right? So there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you want to do. I do see some of you wanting to engage a little bit more in that very productive third party energy. Okay, but the thing is, with the Five of Cups, Ace of Swords, Ten of Wands, you have to ask yourself if you are willing to see this fail. Because the person you're connecting with ultimately may agree to it, but it's because they believe it's the only way to keep themselves from losing you. Outside of that, I don't think that they are going to be a willing participant. I think ultimately, if you guys are already on the rocks, I think this ultimatum of sorts will prolong an inevitable ending. And that is very difficult. And if that does not resonate, by all means toss it. Okay? You know, if the person you're connecting with feels like they are in it for the long haul and they are just ready to take on any and all solutions to help get you guys back up above water, then beautiful. Then take that. Okay? But for some of you, you guys are already in a shaky place here. You guys are in a shaky place already. And I don't think it's going to pan out. I think this person will be dealing with it because that's what's required for them to not lose you. But when that is over, where will you be? I think it's going to go back to the same, and you're going to be in the same situation again. For others of you, this is about taking the loss, right? Making a decision and realizing that in order for you to live a life that's more in alignment with what you want, you have to let go of these burdens, and with it comes a certain level of grief. With it comes a certain level of grief. You will lose something, but it's in the name of picking yourself, giving yourself an opportunity to live again, having an opportunity to be with someone who makes you feel alive. There's a lot of heartbreak involved here. And ultimately, this first major event of 2020 is going to be a reevaluation of a major commitment in your life. A major commitment in your life, whether romantic or otherwise, is going to be reevaluated. Realistically. Someone's going to be reevaluating. If you've been feeling distance from somebody, and this reading per se does not resonate with you, it could be that this is the energy the person you're connecting with is engaged in. Advice, please, for collective. Advice for the collective, please. I want you guys to know that I love you so much. We're 40 minutes in, so maybe this doesn't reach anybody. I don't know if for those of you that have stuck this long with me through the reading, just know that I love you so much. Thank you. Like, you really, really just make my life. You really do. So thank you. Let's see. Advice for collective. Ace of Pentacles. Right? What's the ace? What's the only ace that we're missing? Oh, we're not missing any aces. We've got the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups twice, and the Ace of Pentacles. So yeah, I think there's a plethora of new opportunity here. It's a matter of seizing it. Ace of Pentacles. Look out for the new commitment. Look out for an opportunity to commit yourself to a new journey. I do believe that there is something better for you beyond what you're currently experiencing. Eight of Wands. When the communication comes in from other people, okay, open yourself up to it. If there's a new opportunity in commitment, a new opportunity to maybe have a commitment with somebody, maybe that commitment has already come and gone, and so the commitment that they extended to you, maybe you were in the reevaluation phase and you're asking yourself, okay, well, do I stay in what's established but makes me very deeply unhappy, or do I take a chance and partake in this new commitment? Right? I think that you will find yourself very, very receptive to the new commitment, and I do not believe that that is a coincidence. I don't. The timing of it is too perfect, and I think you know that. Okay? Things that happen that suddenly, that perfectly, that's not a coincidence. It's what we call serendipity, right? Synchronicity. One more. Advice, please. Do not be afraid to move forward. Do not be afraid to speak. Do not be afraid to pursue new beginnings. Think of what this could bring you. Be strategic. What is the Seven of Swords? Two of Wands. When it comes down to other people being deceptive, okay, realize that this really does require a choice. This really does require a decision. For some of you, you're connecting with somebody who is just something in them just keeps them lying and lying and lying. This is not something that they're going to do one time, say sorry for, and then never do again. This is part of who they are, at least in this connection, okay? Something about where they are in their life and where they are with you does not allow them to really be honest. This right now, this conversation that you guys have is going to be very candid, and this is as honest as you guys are going to get. After that, should you decide to forgive, and you feel that feeling like maybe they are just kind of doing what you're asking them to do to save face and stay in the situation with you, I would say that that is pretty correct. I think that that will likely be the case. And so you will have to make a decision for yourself whether this is something you would allow yourself to experience again with this person. Okay, for others of you though, this is about taking a strategic approach. It'll be okay if, you know, when this person does come in with communication, you just say to them, you just kind of keep it minimal, right? Strategic as in minimal, not being manipulative or anything like that. You just, if it's not your decision to make, then don't volunteer an option. Don't volunteer a decision. If they know what they want, right, with the Three of Cups, if they want friendship, if they want union, if they want any of that, that is a situation, that's a solution they're going to have to derive on their own, right, without influence from you. At the end, though, if you find yourself to be solo in all of this, the idea is take it slow. Because these opportunities, or this major opportunity, this communication, is going to come in very, very quickly. Your response to it, though, just needs to be yes or no. So if you need to take your time deciding whether that is something that aligns with you, that is okay, right? However, there is going to come a time where a decision needs to be made, but I feel confident that you're going to make that right decision, because you're at a place right now, collective, where you know what you want, right? You know what you want. You're afraid, you're terrified, right? But you know what you don't want to deal with anymore. And that speaks volumes. That speaks volumes. 2 more cards, please. 2 more cards. Some of y'all are conflicted in a connection. There's a conflict. There's a connection right now. There's a connection that is. There's a lot burdening. Yeah. There's a lot. Judgment, 5 of Wands, 2 of Cups. There's a connection here that's on the outs. There's a connection here that is, there's a lot of resistance. There's a lot of tugging and pulling between the 2 parties. Between whether you should stay or whether you should go. Opposite ends on the spectrum. But this is definitely, a final judgment is at hand. Okay, final judgment is at hand. Feeling conflicted. This is not easy. Okay, I don't feel like, with the world, right? I don't feel like the official papers, right? Divorce papers have been drafted, or the contract has been signed, or you get what I'm saying? The 2 weeks notice has been submitted. I don't feel like that's the case, but I do believe that now the conversation surrounding where to go from here becomes very real. Very, very real. Very real. What's an X factor here that the collective needs to be aware of? What's the X factor here that the collective needs to be aware of? King of Pentacles. Wow, okay. The Queen of Cups tried to come in too. King of Pentacles. The X factor here is a person that you're connecting with, guys. Could be you. 2 of Swords. The X factor is that someone here still doesn't know what they're doing, what commitment they want. Do they stay in the one that they've established? Do they move into a different realm, into a different phase? What do they do? The X factor here is that there is still this person's decisions, this person's heart space, what they want to do is yet to be seen. So there's no way of knowing just yet exactly this person that you're connecting with. There's not, they are unsure of how to proceed, I should say. They know what they want. They know what they want. They don't know how to proceed. How do they have that conversation? How do they let that person know that this is what they're feeling? How can they get the courage to go to the courthouse? How do they move forward from here? Because they know life can't be the same as it's always been months down the line. But where do they start? What do they do? They're terrified. They're overthinking it. They know what they want. They just don't know what to do next. Spirit guides. 1 card, please, for what the collective needs to, what energy needs to lead the collective moving forward. What energy needs to be inspiring the collective moving forward in this first major event? What energy should inspire them? What energy should they be leading with? What energy should they be leading with? Five of Pentacles. Knight of Cups. You have to be okay with if things do not work out the way you thought that they would. So if there is a major loss here, a major separation, one that might include financial loss, one that might include isolation from somebody who you thought you would be with for a very long time, it's okay to vocalize that and ultimately say to yourself, it just didn't work. Right? You have to start to get yourself aligned with, again, if this reading resonates, and if it doesn't, ignore me, right? Right? But for some of you, right, this is a reality. What you need to lead through the situation with is just start to get yourself kind of comfortable and aligned with, if you are alone and if you are going to be without a particular person, if this is independence for you, and you know, you really have a lot of heart and soul for this person, but ultimately things may not work out the way you thought that they would, right, that you were hoping, that's okay. You have a new beginning coming in. Obviously that is not what you want to hear, because you've already put so much time into another situation, but there's a reason this is happening, and whatever this is that has devolved into a devil situation, it has outlasted its expiration date. Okay, you're holding on to old milk. All right, it's not going to be good for you. It'll continue to make you sick. Right? So it's not to say that it wasn't good once, but if it's not good now, the here and now is all that matters. Right? The here and now, moving forward, you give things chances, and if it doesn't work out, you can't live in the past forever. The past doesn't feed your soul now. Right? Memories help, but they're band-aids. Okay? So the energy that you lead with is, one, anticipating loneliness, right? Anticipating a loss, anticipating moving forward with the cup in hand for possibly someone else. For others, this could be financial. Just anticipating that now, with less money, with less resources at your disposal, things will be challenging, but somebody is coming in, right? There's going to be something very fulfilling emotionally that will help you heal from the recent loss, and I don't know, make you feel like things are still okay. Right? We can get devastated by monetary loss and material loss. This person's going to remind you that there's more to life than the material. There's more to life than the money. Yeah, you might be living paycheck to paycheck, but you come home now to someone who wants to be with you, or you know, the phone calls that you get throughout the day are from somebody who really adores you, right? There's someone that reminds you that on the flip side, there is so much more, that just, I don't know, there's just so much more, the bigger picture outside of the material, right? They show you that there's a different side. And it helps lift you out of the dark spell, right? The depression, the anxiety. It helps lift you out of that, what if I made the wrong choice, or, you know, this devil energy is still leaving me empty, right? This person kind of fills it back up. They fill your cup back up. But yeah, guys, vulnerability. The first major event of 2020 is going to involve the reestablishment, the reassessment, okay, of a major committed relationship that you're currently in. So it's going to be opening the discussion, laying it out on the table and asking, are we really happy? Are we really doing this? That lie that I caught you in, those lies that I've caught you in, the lies you've caught me in, what are we doing? For the first time in a long time, the veil is coming off, and for a brief moment, you guys are able to really speak wholeheartedly, candidly, without lies, completely honestly about what lies ahead. And from there, you guys make the decision. Okay? My loves, thank you so much for allowing me to connect with you. If you hung out with me for the almost hour that we were here, you have my undying gratitude. I love you so much. I am so happy to be of service to you guys. If you liked this reading, please remember to like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment down below. I will be doing the January readings very soon. The energies have been really tough on me, guys. If I can be serious and super honest with you, it's been a ride. It's been a ride. So I appreciate you for being here with me. We will take it slow. I will give you guys an update pretty soon on what the status of the January readings will look like. So stay tuned for that. I love you guys. We will be in touch again very, very soon. And just know that my entire heart goes out to you. I love you. I will see you next time. Happy New Year's. Be safe. Have fun. I'll see you.